Shalom, guys. Welcome in. I hope that you're doing well once again. This is the second reading for today, March the 4th, 2026. It's evening time now. I normally wake up with you all, and not very often I get on after work and do a reading. But anyway, I just felt led to. Welcome back if you are returning back. I appreciate you all for returning back as often as you do. I do lift you all up, send love and light and all that kind of stuff. And I really ask that you all do that with me as well. If you are new, my name is Shannon. I'm glad to have you. Audio discretion advised if you have little ones around, because my channel is very, very intense. I feel energy and I'll just speak right out of that space. And you'll just have to learn me as a reader, because sometimes it's just very, very, very just over the top. I'm sure sometimes it's just really hard to hear. It's hard to feel the energy as well. So anyway, I hope that you all had a good day today. I always like to say that I have freedom of speech, and I have rights just as much as the next person who's living and moving and breathing air out of our nostrils. And nobody has a right to take our rights away. And we have free will to choose whether we're going to get in nasty karmic activity or stay blessed. And I strive to be all that I can to be upright in the earth. And we're all human. We've all fallen down, but it's what we do when that takes place. You either get up and show the Most High that we are mature, or you just a little kid with cray-cray on you. We have people playing mind games this morning. It's dumb. Got a lot of people that's got mental problems in the earth realm. So we look at a lot of energies like that because some of you all have secret enemies around, and people that do like to play games because they don't know any better. They don't. They're all given into carnality and nonsense. But anyway, we're not to be ignorant of devil-like devices. Devil energy is very real. And it's a very karmic energy. If we don't keep our mind straight in uprightness, you could lose it and be some kook. A lot of people are. Let's see what's going on. Most High, I just invite your presence here. Thank you that you are a God of war. Shut down every wicked, stupid, idiotic energy that's trying to stand in the way of people from being blessed. We did let the weak say, I am strong. We have the night, maybe early 40s. This is somebody night that we want to come out. Otherwise, if it's not in the world card, this is ending something. Some type of big completion is here. And so this is a great reward if you've went slow, you've been steady, and something's out here for you to wrap something up in a really big way. There could be something around fire. If the world card comes out, then it could represent fire for us, all-consuming. Give me just a second here, folks. Somebody's messing with my electronics, and you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for what you're doing. So we had stuff this morning come out for the first reading that I did on March the 4th today, this morning, about things going on the internet and the link, and I've shared extensively about what's taken place on my devices by people. If you have a YouTube platform, folks, you are dealing with people that are hacking in, using your work of your hands and running it to other places and trying to get money for it and stuff like that. They're illegal. I'm dealing with a murderer, though, on my platform. And you're going to leave me alone, because I'm going to fight this. If I have to keep getting off and doing something on my platform, then I'm going to, because you don't have a right. I don't care who you are, where you sit, what your name, what your title is. You have no right to touch Shannon Hensley's things. This is my right on my platform. You're going to get, I don't care if you work for the FBI, I don't care what you are. I got crazy police officers being stupid, saying they don't know what to do about murder stuff, and that's a bunch of crap. Dealing with secret society, I'm not scared of you people, just not. There's something going to end here. We have the Three of Cups, something social. That's why people don't want the people that are behind the scenes doing some crap to people. They don't want things to be social. They want to be secretive about it. Sorry. It's all coming out here because Jehovah Elohim's going to blow it out the water every single time. This Three of Cups kept coming. all over the place 2 days ago or yesterday, I think it was. No matter where we looked, it was there. 3 of Cups, something social is here. Something social is also over for some people. 3 of Pentacles. There are third parties out here. Also, the Star. Okay, if somebody's acting like they are something. They're acting. They're acting. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Somebody's trying to collaborate with something. Go ahead. Star on somebody else's work. You're not the high out here. Okay. Hey, Kimberly. Named Kimberly. Your initials are out here. Last time something took place with my platform, must have literally brought your name out on my other platform when something was going on. Something happened with you, and I went live to show some stuff. And every time I had an encounter with you, something would happen with my technology. Your initials are out here, and you ain't no star. Her name is Kimberly. Should I put your last name out here? You need to go jail. If there are any upright enforcement, she could be found on an old PayPal account of mine. There are third parties out here. I ain't messing around with you. You're going to go to jail when I get done with you. Somebody's very secretive out here. Shannon Hensley's going to win this war, not Kimberly. I don't even know who you are, you piece of freak. They don't like that. They just got in and did something else. You're fixing to go to jail, and I'm going to spit in your face in the court of law when I get done with you. You're illegal. You're freaking illegal. Emotions. There ain't no emotions here. I'm going to get through this whole reading, and if I got to fight you the whole way through, I'm going to win. People are going to know what you are. Obviously, when I said her name, something happened to my firewall again. You have no right to take somebody's firewall that I pay for. It don't belong to you, people. It don't. We have somebody not inspired, something out here. We also have we have the butterfly that comes out here. There's death matters out here. This goes back to secret societies as well. And there is a church organization that's involved in something that's got a great big butterfly, or they used to, at the side of their building, and they stole some stuff of mine. Anyway, this is somebody that is emotional. There's no emotional bonds out here, but the word emotions come out here. We got somebody that's cut off. Because God is not messing around with people who have been cut off. We deal with people's cray-cray. We deal with people that's cray-cray out here. Somebody trying to hold it together, it says. Somebody's chained up because they have no emotions anymore. They don't have no emotions. Okay, let me just fight this person right here live on my platform. Kick them to the ground because they're going to go to hell when I get done with them. You have already said people were lost. What else you want to bring out here? Show me this 3 of Pentacles. A dismiss is out here. Okay, well, somebody does need to dismiss somebody. There's an ignoring energy, okay, looking the other way. Good, because this morning it stated to reject devil energy because God said that he was going to break a yoke. And the devil don't get to use other, because what came out in this morning's reading was that somebody was using other people's work and getting money for it. There is a conflict out here. It is. It's called sticky fingers touching people's stuff that don't belong to you. There's a conflict because there's bloodshed murder that's taken place, and you don't think you have to go to jail for murdering somebody, for the nonsense that you people have done. And you are going to go to jail for murder and thieving. KB. Drowning in secret. They are drowning in secrets. They are drowning in secrets. They're all going to come out. Kim. They're all going to come out. Something about daydreaming or your this is what for whatever reason why when this card comes out, it hits me as somebody who sleeps during the day and works at night is involved in something secretive out here. Okay, waves and drowning came out here. If there is a drowning situation, then something's happened out here with that. Okay, there's death out here. Archangel Michael's out here and he fights for the people of the Most High. He don't fight for wicked people. He fights for the people of the Most High. And you better watch out because I know who I am in this earth realm. And the devil ain't my daddy. I'm talking to the people that I'm having a literal war that have done some wickedness. An excrement issue is out here. Yeah, because there's a conflict. Archangel Michael fights for the people of God, and he fights against the devil and his angels. Who do you think is going to win this war? The Most High God is going to win it. God is for me and not against me. You people can get your freaking hands off of people's electronics that do not belong to you. What else you want to bring out here, Most High God? To vacate something. Okay, well, anyway, the word getaway also jumped out. I didn't even see that. So something's happened on a vacation. Maybe something by water is out here around something. Some type of going on some type of a vacation somewhere. Some type of conflict is taking place. Look, we get watery type energy on this conflict card too. So somebody did drown or somebody's boat went down somewhere while somebody was out in the water with something, then it is really showing. And because the anchor is also here, and you got drowning, and you got waves, emotions. Also go back to watery energy because the moon pulls on the tide, and then there's secrets attached to something with the third party, and something that somebody contemplated with another person out here. Somebody knows some information out here with the High Priestess coming out here. Suffering. Okay. Anyway, so if you got fired or somebody's going to get fired for something, guess so. Whatever. Anyway, a forceful communicator. That's right. You dang straight, folks. You ain't gonna push me around. You're not gonna tell me what I will or will not do. You're gonna give everything back that you've stolen from me, my music from the music industry, my home, and all my music and my furniture and everything that belonged to me. It didn't belong to you. When I have my day in court, and a woman should never spit, but I'm gonna hack up the biggest nasty loogie and spit it right in everybody's face for what you've done to me because you're cursed. Spit goes back to a curse, and you're cursed. Know who you think you are, folks. Something that's taken a long time is finally coming to an end. Well, I got something up my sleeve. A storm is coming. It is, because Jehovah said that that this year 2026 was going to be a downright damnation on some people. He's going to put out some big storms. There's all kinds of watery stuff out here. Okay, you live by water and the ocean and you ain't upright, you ain't protected by nothing. Karmic activity's coming. As God said, he's going to put his arm out on people because Archangel Michael's out here. He that sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off the feet and drinks the damage thereof. Okay, that's exactly what took place. And this is a scripture. This is Proverbs 26:6. Somebody had my personal a document that was personally mine. They gave it to somebody that was just an acquaintance to me. I didn't know nothing about that person. I was just an acquaintance with that person. And the Most High proved what had taken place because crap started happening. And it all led back to these freaks out here. Okay? The fake church and the fake little homosexual nonsense that goes on with this church and everything else with the prostitute. and gave my personal thing, and they took and they're one piece of the puzzle to some stuff that's taking place with me, and they took that and didn't give it to me, and took my personal information and used it for themselves. This person has been in prison and everything else, and these people have law enforcement working for that place. And how dare somebody give a piece of personal legal information to somebody who is an ex-con and some stupid hoe because she was a prostitute, or he, she, or whatever the crap the person was. And Jehovah don't lie. And so it was like cutting off the feet, and they're drinking damage now, and they got to keep some stupid facade up because it makes the police department look bad. It makes a church look bad. But somebody innocent is sitting here suffering because of fools. And I'll fight till the end. Gullible. Some stupid gullible. It cost you. It freaking cost you, didn't it? Stubborn energy. Well, anyway, I won't move off of the truth. But we deal with people that are stubborn. They don't want to go to jail, but you're going to go to jail. You're going to freaking go to jail. The color orange, something orange is coming out here, which goes to caution, aka somebody does go by a different freaking name. A manipulator. Yes, somebody is a manipulator. I said they played mind games today, and the most I said their little people game was going to end. Boy, I can name just name after name after name. A cruelty has been out here. Yes, cruelty has been out here. My life has just been under some type of, no, we got to keep this person, and boy, if we get you, then we'll kill you. You ain't going to kill me. I shall live and not die and declare the works of Jehovah. I honored my parents, and so God has, and I keep the commandments of God, and so he has to keep his promise. I shall live long in the earth and declare God's work, and if anybody's going to die, it's going to be you freaks, because you're wrong. You're wrong. And every person that laid in bed with you to keep this stupid facade going, you're screwed because the person got AIDS and everything else. Ridiculous. It says time to face what happened. Are you going to look in the mirror? Or are you going to lose your freaking soul? I don't care if you got to sit in a jail cell. You're going to get my things back. It says you're going to be shocked to know who's involved in this matter. I'm sure people are going to be shocked. I already have an inclination on the inside. And Aquarius is coming out here. Okay, involved in something, my way or the highway. I don't think so. What did you say your name was? No, I don't think so. Who do you think you are? On my things that are rightfully mine, spiritually rightfully mine, and naturally rightfully mine. What did you say your name was? You're a coward. You do everything behind the scenes. You're a coward. You're the abominable. So somebody's making a decision out here. That's right. That's right. Decisions are being made. You better get this person in jail. Every one of them that's involved in it. I want them tortured, folks. You reap what you sow. You have been so crude and rude, and I've got so many videos while I sat there and suffered in the freezing cold storm. And you people were taking my YouTube platform, not letting people know all the information. And when I finally I just told people where I was. Somebody came knocking. This was last winter. I was stranded in my car. My car wouldn't start. It would no heat in it, and I was just stranded in a parking lot. Cops being crazy kooks around me and everything else. And I get live on my Instagram and get live on my YouTube platforms, and I would still just obey God. Say, what do you want to do? I'd read right from my car or my vehicle, and I would sit there and I would be freezing, and I would still just keep going at it because nobody's going to stop me. Nobody's going to stop the will of God for my life. I don't care what the crap you people have done. And one night I was crying out. It was snowing. And I had taken every bit of clothing that I could to wrap all around me. And I screamed out to God in my tears underneath all those clothing. And all of a sudden, tick, 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 on my door, it scared me because the sun was already down. And it was the receptionist. at the nearby hotel where I was stranded at. And when I was able to, I lived in that hotel for a couple of years because I was working 6 days a week until somebody deliberately messed with my vehicle because they wanted to kill me. Okay, but anyway, my whole process has been recorded, folks. And I opened the door, and this person lived right next to the room that I had lived in for a couple of years in that place because somebody stole my house. Okay, some slut slept with the maintenance person, and a bunch of crap's just taken place. They've just pursued and pursued and pursued, but I still live to testify how great God is. And I opened the door, and he handed me the phone. I just looked at him. He was like, some subscriber from your YouTube platform. And so I had told people where I was at and said, I'm cold, I'm freezing, it's snowing, I need a room. Can anybody help me? And because they had gotten a hold of some of my financial stuff as well. Just crazy stuff, folks. And law enforcement do nothing about it because they're involved in crap. And this lady was on the phone, and she was like, you talk to me all the time. I'm just like, I don't talk to nobody. And so that's why I said this morning on the first reading that some people pose as me, because when I did have my Facebook account a couple years ago, I went in and I changed some of my information because stuff was altered inside there. And so I corrected it. When I did that, they shut my stuff down because somehow it made me really appear on my Facebook account, and it made them, the imposter, something was going on with it. Somebody got up in there and shut it completely down where I couldn't get back in there again. Because somebody wants to be me. Somebody wants people to think that what I do here is them. It ain't them. It ain't them. I've got old emails from somebody that has sent me pictures right off of the people on stage singing. And I guess they're connected possibly to my music. I don't know. I got so much stuff, folks. So much stuff. Somebody said something to me one day about they wanted to keep half of, they said something about, I want to be honest with you. They got some type of money or something. They said, I want to be honest with you. I want to actually keep it all instead of halving it with you. And I'm just like, what's that mean? Just all kinds of different kinds of things have been said to me, things that I've captured also live on some stuff. People would do things on PayPal with me, or I'd try to contact somebody, but as soon as I would, then something crazy would go on with my platform on PayPal and stuff, and somehow it would allow them to know, I guess, IP address or so. I don't know how they're doing it, but there is a leadership that is involved in this crap right here in Missouri. All kinds of crap. But they got me a room that night when they tapped on my door, and I told that person, I was like, you ain't talking to me. Yeah, you talk to me all the time on YouTube. I'm like, I don't talk to nobody. So if you people think that you're having conversations and stuff with me, you're not. I just noticed when they sent out the monthly thing, which I should have gotten paid on my platform this month, I didn't get nothing. And because somebody taking my stuff, it don't belong to them. It's absolutely ridiculous what's going on. But I was able to get a room. Somebody bought me a room that night, and then the next morning they had slipped a new key under the door and said, we paid for you to have another night too. But they allowed my vehicle to sit out in their parking lot for the longest time until I moved to where I am right now, trying to get up on my feet. People, you ain't justified for what you've done to me. Family betrayals and everything else has come out of this bull crap. The adjudication, the law is involved. The law is involved. Great fortune is around some stuff. Somebody contacted me when I first started this platform, because I've had to go from platform to platform to just keep going, get a new account going, and just after so long, here they'd come again. And somebody told me, hey, we've been trying to get a hold of you. We were in Nashville and we heard them singing your song. That's my song. Nobody wrote the day that it rained, or dreaming about you, or whatever. All any kind of music that I've ever written from any of my other older CDs, even when I was back in my church days and I had a couple CDs. It don't belong nobody. Don't belong nobody but Shannon. And I'm gonna have my day in court, and you all are gonna go to jail for it. God knows every single person that's involved in it. Anyway, there's a karmic idiot at the bottom of the deck here. There is something very legal going on out here. Very legal going on. And God's going to get to the bottom of it. I just can't just get on my platform and just read without having to deal with these freaks. These people are monsters. They deserve to be executed. The letter F is out here. Is it Fran? Anyway, this is fraud. There is fraud. Great fortune around me. And I sit here and bust my butt every day, and I'm really rich, and it has nothing to do with the money, but God's word says his people will be brought to a wealthy place. And when this first started with me, I was sitting down reading my scripture one day, and the Most High said, I'm going to get my fame. And all this stuff started happening, and now my music and everything else, and Jehovah is going to get his fame at the end of this, because all the praise, glory, and honor belongs to him alone at the end of this matter. You people are guilty as charged. There is fraud around some stuff that's going on. Taxes and everything else. And somebody got a hold of some paperwork, and I tried to call after I'd had several surgeries and things, and I tried to call, and the people was like, no, we sent you an emergency payment. And I'm just like, why would you send me an emergency payment when I was just in there demanding to be taken off of this money because I'm going back to work? And we got people setting up in some places that have allowed some whore to do some stuff with things that are rightfully mine. Children are involved in some things as well with this rune. The Most High just tells us to trust, and that's all I have had to do is trust. I fear no evil, and the Most High is on my side. You people are going to get back. May God visit you in the night and take you and your children and your children's children, if it even goes that far out, because your seed is wicked, what you've done to me and my family. And Jehovah's going to dash your little ones against the head. You watch him. May he visit you real hard, because he is coming to visit some people. Archangel Michael's fighting, folks. If you got YouTube platforms and things like that, you better pay attention to what's going on with them, because we just captured it. We always capture it real live. When I got done today, my VPN key was completely turned off this morning, and I had turned it on before I start my platform. So what had just happened at the top of this video, they were hacking in on it. That's illegal, last I heard. I pay for that. You don't have a right to hack in on it. I'll be back. Pray for me, folks. Shalom.